I have in hand today the Ping G430, the Ping i230, and the brand new Blueprint S, and I'm going to tell you which one you should be playing. It's well known that Ping make fantastic irons for golfers of all levels. Whether you're looking for a game improvement iron, a player's distance iron, or a cavity back, which is giving you more control and workability, there really is something there for you. They tick all the boxes, Ping. They do a fantastic job at it. Now, what we have our three options. We've got our game improvement, player's distance, and we've also got more of our tour level to elite amateur iron here today. So we're going to dive into the tech, hit them, test them, talk about the looks and what they have to offer. Now, I know what you're thinking. You're like probably wondering, where's the Blueprint Tait? Now, let's be honest, that's a blade. It's more tour level, elite level. The irons that I have in my hands are going to be more suited towards your everyday golfer and yourselves watching this video. So we're going to kick it off and start with the Ping G430. Now, what we have here is you've got your Pure Flex cavity badge at the back. Now, this has 7 different zones, which helps support the face when flexing. So if you kind of have those mishits across the face, you're still going to see great distances and speed as well. Now, with the stronger lofts, you're also going to see distance and a little bit lower spin. So if you are that player who kind of hits down on it quite a bit or has that classic out to in swing, it's going to reduce the spin off these as well. You've got the classic Hydro Pearl 2.0 finish, which looks great and again is going to perform very well in those wet weather conditions. Now the CG in this is a little bit lower, so it's going to help increase that MOI and forgiveness and give you great launch in this iron. Onto the Ping i230s. Now, as you can see, there's like this little kind of pocket and badge here. There's an elastomer insert in the back of this, which helps support the face when flexing. So you're going to get a really nice acoustic and feel off the face of this as well. Now, what that's also going to do is going to give you a little bit lower CG, which is going to help with your launch and spin. And then you have the micro max grooves as well, again, giving you nice control and spin off the face. Now, just like the G430, you've got that classic Ping Hydro Pearl 2.0 finish, and it's a great player's distance iron with a nice kind of tour shape as well. Now, you do have the little tungsten screw in there as well. That's just going to help with stability and help with MOI again, but beautiful looking club. All right, now we've got the Blueprint S. Now this is a Forge 860/20 carbon steel. Beautiful optimized CG design at the back, which is going to give you great distance and control. Classic screw in the toe there just to help with stability and give you a little bit of MOI in there as well. But beautiful looking club, has that Hydro Pearl 2.0 finish as well. But the interesting thing is in the 5 iron. So what we have in the 5 iron, 4 iron and 3 iron is a precision pocket forging. It's a cavity pocket which allows you to take weight, redistribute it. So you're going to have forgiveness throughout the bag and you're going to have more forgiveness in those longer irons. So it's just easier to launch and control. Okay, so we're going to dive into sound and feel now. Up first is the G430. We've got the Trackman set up. Let's give it a whack. Let's see how we go. Traditionally with the game improvement iron, straight away you'll think they're going to be big, they're going to be clunky. This is not. Now, yes, okay, you've got a kind of big cavity behind the ball, but when you actually sit the club behind the ball, it sits really clean. The leading edge is razor sharp. The top line is not that thick at all to the eye. It just frames the ball really nicely. So let's give it a wee hit. See how it feels. Oh, that felt really nice. Really nice. That came off like an absolute bullet. And acoustically, it sounds great as well. It felt like a rocket coming off the face. That's really nice. I middled that as well, which is always a bonus. But you can kind of already see the yards. Like for the 7 iron, the spin's at 6,000, which is ideal. It's gone 200 yards. I barely swung at it. I mean, what's not to love about that? Make it easier for yourself. Get a game improvement iron. So up next is the i230. Quite excited to give this one a hit. We've already tested it, but from memory, this is class. I'll be honest, going from a G430 into this looks very clean behind the ball. As you can see, frames the ball really nicely. Nice thin top edge, looks a lot more compact. Beautiful looking club. Let's see what we got. Oh, what a strike. I've come to play today. That was really very nice. Pretty similar in terms of club speed, ball speed, a little bit shorter in comparison, I would say, but that's probably due to the stronger loss as well. Feels great, feels great, very crisp off the face, great looking club. And finally, we have the Blueprint S. I mean, this thing just looks delightful. I can't wait to hit this, see how it sounds, see how it feels. Let's give it a rip. Behind the ball, it's got a razor sharp leading edge. The top line looks really nice and clean as well. It's just a great looking shape. Hosel slightly shorter as well, which adds to giving that a more compact head shape as well. So let's see how we go. Oh, that feels so good. Wee little draw. A little bit more spin to be expected. That feels class, very good. Hats off to Ping, sensational. So we know how they look, we know how they feel. Now we're gonna go and put them through the Trackman testing, get some data for you, and give you a better idea on which iron you should be choosing. Oh, what a strike. That's worth a like and a sub. Isn't it? Look at that. And a big shout out to GolfIt for letting us use the Trackman sim here in Glasgow. If you haven't seen it, you need to check it out. That was a lot of fun. The Ping irons are absolutely brilliant. Enjoyed every single one. Now we're gonna dive into the G430s first, and then we'll go i230 and the Blueprint S as well. And we'll go 9, 7, and 5, comparing each one to each other. Now, the 9 iron in the G430 was brilliant, really enjoyed it. Very straight, forgiving, easy to launch, but the ball speed and the distance were a big standout, especially the spin rate. Now, if we go into the i230, you'll see straight away the distance is completely different, and also height, spin rate as well. So it just shows you that, you know, in those lower irons, yes, they are lower lofting, which is going to take spin off, but you still got that higher launch as well. Now, the i230 feels great, looks great, and I tell you what, it's very consistent in terms of your distance, spin rates, and height as well. Being that little bit lower, you get a little bit more of a penetrating ball flight, shall we say. But again, great speeds in those scoring irons. And when we go into the Blueprint S, I was quite surprised, but similar club speed, but also the ball speed was a little bit higher. Spin rate's very similar, and the height that little bit lower. So you just get a little bit more yardage out of it. But again, you can see if I flick through them, you can see how closely matched they are with the Blueprint S, just being that little bit straighter. I just found, for me, it does have that little bit more workability, and I found it easier to get the ball back to kind of point A. However, saying that, the G430 is very, very straight, a lot of fun to hit as well, and you'll see that as we go into 7 iron. Now, the G430 in 7 iron is bullet straight. I don't think I've hit a straighter shot in my life, but also the distance was amazing. The height is still fairly good as well. Spin rate's still very low, and the ball speed's very high. Now, going into the i230, ball speed is the same. Distance is a little bit less, just because that spins that little bit higher as well. Fairly similar kind of height profile as well, and club speed. And then going into the Blueprint, again, you can kind of see a little bit lower in distance, bit more spin, and a little bit less ball speed as well. So just kind of showing you in that 7 iron, like it's still very, very good, but in comparison to your G430 and the stronger loss, you're still getting that bigger jump. But I have to say, with the Blueprint S, it feels amazing, and you can really just see when you're standing over the ball, you can pretty much play any shot you want. If you're that high skill level amateur, I mean, you can see why Matt Fitzpatrick is using them and has been successful pretty much straight out the bat, winning the Dunhill last year. He's able to hit some incredible shots with them. So I'm not surprised a lot of pros are starting to put them in the bag. Going into the 5 iron, now this is where I was really very surprised. Now, not only is the distance ridiculous, club speeds, I'm not swinging it a million miles an hour, but the ball speed coming off the G430 was very impressive. The carry and total distance, extremely good. Height is very good, and then spin rate super low. You're just getting an absolute rocket coming off that club face. Really impressive to see. And the i230, very similar in terms of ball speed, a little bit more spin, and ever so slightly lower launch. So you're just going to get it landing just that little bit shorter because of the height and that higher spin. With the Blueprint S, the precision pocket forging really stands out, and you've got that forgiveness in those longer irons. So here we were testing the 5-iron, and clearly ball speed is very impressive, total distance, it's easy to get in the air, and also low spinning too. But another thing that is quite noticeable is just how easy they are to get in the air as well. So 3 superb options from Ping. Now, here's what I recommend to you. Now, if you are a high handicapper, the Ping G430 is going to be superb. Even for your mid handicappers, just make golf easier for yourself. It's forgiving, it's longer. If you need that distance and that forgiveness, this is going to be a superb option for you. The i230 is going to be great for the player who's maybe losing a little bit of distance, wants to still have that forgiveness. That's going to deliver that. It's really consistent, really stable, and it's a great looking iron as well. And you get some great ball speeds and distance off that too, with that bit of forgiveness in there. Onto the brand new Blueprint S iron from Ping. Now, this has your precision pocket forging in it, and I have to say, in that longer iron, it's very, very forgiving. Not only that, but in the scoring irons, they're so workable. They feel great off the face as well. That 860-20 forged head is really a joy to hit. Now, if you are that kind of low handicapper, top level, elite amateur, professional, who's a great ball striker, you're going to have a lot of fun with these. If you're in that kind of like low to mid handicapper, I'd probably point you more into the direction of the i230s. But this brand new Blueprint S is just superb. And like I said before, I can see why pros are putting this in the bag. If you've got any questions, put them in the comment bar below. And if you haven't already, give us a like, give us a sub. We'll see you next time.